Man, welcome to AEW Collision and episode 4 of AEW, episode God knows of the whole universe mode. We have 6-man, so tonight we have 6-man tag match kicking us off, Tornado Tag. Hook has found some allies in the Acclaimed who are trying to pull themselves together after losing their tag team titles to the Don Callis family, but they quickly lost them to FTR, who by the way are defending them titles here tonight. And the game hasn't froze, ladies and gentlemen, just for the record. FTR, Hurt Syndicate, main event tonight for the AEW Tag Team Titles. It's just constantly changing hands. We need some consistency in that tag team division. And here come the learning tree. We have Mariah May versus Julia Hart in the women's division. That'll be a brilliant match. Of course, Julia Hart making her debut on Universe mode. And Jay White's throwing out a challenge. It's been booked by me. Darby Allin will face Orange Cassidy, who beat Lashley. The winner of that will take on Jay White for the AEW International Championship next week on Collision. That's going to be a banger. Of course, Darby Allin debuting. Orange Cassidy earned that shot by beating Bobby Lashley. And yeah, that's it basically. So the learning tree, Jericho's brought together his whole entourage and accepted the challenge from the Acclaimed and Hook. The Acclaimed trying to build themselves back up in the tag division. A win over these guys, the learning tree, would be massive. And here comes Hook, who, unfortunately, a bit naive in that singles match against Jericho, got pinned, got cocky, and it was just so green what he did, just allowing a veteran like Jericho to sneak up on him and pick up that victory. And I don't know how they could stand across from each other, but the Acclaimed, when they gonna get for the name, listen. I can't do a rap. Maybe in future episode, maybe in a special edition. But yeah, guys, as I said before, it's probably the last time I'll mention it. I'll probably mention it closer to the release of 2K25. In 2K25, we're going to do WWE versus AEW Universe mode. We're going to have one big WWE roster that's the same size as an AEW roster. We're going to have them... I'll do it on 2 separate accounts, like PlayStation accounts, so that there's no, like, bugginess. Because I know 2K25 might have reduced bugginess. But, yeah, so we're going to have that with Forbidden Door. And 6-man tag match here. This is just going to be an all-out brawl, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, so enjoy. So we're going to have, like, Raw and SmackDown's going to be one roster. We're going to have one undisputed WWE champion. Maybe I do put both the titles as, like, the undisputed. We're going to have Intercontinental, US, maybe the Hardcore or European as well. We'll have women's, and we'll have a women's Intercontinental, and then we'll have AEW Dynamite and Collision. That I did mention may continue on 2K24 at least for the first month of the release, just because all the cores won't be on here, and these cores are pretty amazing, to be honest. The ones that I've got, and it took me ages to get them all fixed, and yeah, so that's essentially what's happening in 2K25. We're going to have everything you can imagine, AEW v WWE, the Rumble, War Games, we're going to have a Forbidden Door, Survivor Series, War Games, I mean, it's going to be bragging rights. I might try and get a bragging rights pay-per-view, so we'll probably have like 3 to 4 crossover pay-per-views, maybe Night of Champions, the champions could face off against each other, but I'm going to make it so that when I book it in early pinfall here from Caster of the Acclaimed, I'm going to make it so that like titles matches are more prevalent on weekly episodic shows like Raw and SmackDown and Collision and Dynamite, so that the focus on the pay-per-views is more sort of bragging rights kind of thing. Beautiful move here by Hook, suplex to Sammy Guevara, the young Spanish superstar. And Anthony Bowens and Max Caster, of course, the first tag team champions on Universe mode. Let's not forget that. So they have experienced pin on Big Bill. Not going to win that way. Jericho's lifeless on the outside, and it looks like Hook's assembled a decent team here. Guevara, but Bill breaks up. The Acclaim need to be more aware of that, but they are aware now and going to work on Big Bill. Yeah, so they won a fatal 4-way tag match to win the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles, which were the initial tag team titles of this. Unfortunately, losing it to the Don Callis family shortly after. But the Don Callis family held it for about 2 weeks, or a week, or an episode, and then they lost it to FTR. So it's going to be so funny when the Hurt Syndicate take the titles from them tonight, and it's moved 4 times in every defence. There's been no, little fact for you, there's been no successful defences of the tag team titles. I think pretty much every other title's been successfully defended, on most of them. have been successfully defended, but the tag titles have not. So it's that first feat. Can FTR achieve that first feat? It is a normal tag team match. Of course, they'll have MVP at ringside. As always, Bill with a elbow drop onto Max Caster there. And Anthony Bowens outside the ring. Does he forget that this is Tornado Tag? It's a bit chaotic to commentate on, really. 6 men in the ring. Of course, Jericho picking up the victory over Hook. I don't think that's the end of it. Hook not happy about the way things went down. I think he wants Jericho in one-on-one action without anybody outside the ring, but doesn't really have that kind of request. Look at Jericho in the corner. So we have a lot of action for you here tonight on Collision. Mariah May, Julia Hart is it's going to be an interesting one. Keep an eye on that Mercedes Moné and the TBS champion, and keep an eye on the women that are competing. Like, tell me if in the comments any you see that you think have done particularly well. So Mina Sharakawa again defend her champion. We talk about title defences, that's 3. So maybe she gets a little break. But on Dynamite we are doing something towards the Women's World Champion. We will find her next opponent, but she's going on vacation, I believe, after this week of Dynamite for a week or so. So give her a little break. She's been pretty intense. And Jericho going to work on Caster. Big Bill and all the learning tree are learning well because they're all the men that are stood up in the ring. And of course, Hook seeking the Acclaimed. They're looking for redemption. They'll be looking for a way back to them AEW World Tag Titles and defending them. And broke up pin there. Guevara went for a pin on Caster. And what's Bowens doing here? DDT. Yes, so tonight we've got Mariah May, Julia Hart. Darby Allin versus Orange Cassidy, #1 contenders match for the international champion. Held by Jay White, was the Ring of Honor, and Jericho nearly pins Hook again. Was formerly the Ring of Honor television champion, give him that one. Okada was the Ring of Honor world champion, give him Continental. Just made sense, you know. Omega, our world champion. We'll find out who he has to face in the Casino Gauntlet on Dynamite. But we're on Collision, and Big Bill, it's like a bullying session of Hook, and he just puts one hand. A curb stomp by Guevara, just a 1 count. Hook manages to kick out. But the learning tree of Jericho, well, apart from Jericho, if you look at him in the top right of the ring, he's laid out. But the learning tree of Jericho are learning. Guevara with a super kick. Jericho will be wanting to go get another world title in this universe mode, I'm telling you. I know people don't like it, but he's so impressive. And Guevara kick to the head of Anthony Bowens. Big Bill misses the kick on Hook. And Hook, smart, the walls of Jericho here on Anthony Bowens, but Hook's aware to it, and we know about that rivalry. And Big Bill gets involved and breaks it up just as Hook was. He's going to hit a suplex on Jericho, and Guevara's going for a Canadian Destroyer on Anthony Bowens, but Hook's got Jericho pinned. Guevara broke it up. I think he had him there as well. That would have been the perfect revenge, wouldn't it? And yes, so tonight 3 more matches for you, ladies and gentlemen. Always 4 matches on these shows, which is nice. When we go to 2K25, it'll be like 4 matches as well. Raw, SmackDown, Collision, Dynamite. Walls of Jericho locked in on Max Caster. He's going to tap, 100%. Hook breaks it up again. And someone's busted open Anthony Bowens, and Guevara going for a pinfall. Big Bill stopped Hook from breaking that up, and Anthony Bowens has been pinned. The learning tree win again. And I don't know when Hook's going to learn that the learning tree of Jericho, man, are just ahead of him. The learning tree picking up the victory here tonight. I don't know what that spells for Hook in this universe mode, but I don't know how he can sit there and demand matches against Jericho when Jericho always finds a way to come out on top. It's a win for the learning tree. We got women's action next. Quite excited for this one. Again, TBS Women's World Champion. Keep an eye out. This is a spectacle, and it's going to be showing us and displaying us who is worthy of being the #1 contender. Here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mariah May, Julia Hart of the House of Black. Actually, Brody King offered to come to the ring with her to support her. She said no. I want to prove myself. I want to face Mariah May one-on-one and prove to everybody what I have got. So here is Julia Hart in her first one-on-one match. Of course, she is the manager of the notorious House of Black stable with Buddy Matthews and Brody King. I haven't got Malachi Black just because I'm uncertain whether he's going to end up in WWE. And I know it's a bit premature, but yeah, I just want to keep these rosters like separate, and I want certainty. And she will be facing off against Mariah May, British woman, very successful in AEW, young talent, so much to give, and I think she's got a big future in this universe mode. Even going into 2K25, I think we're going to see her with world championships around her waist. But tonight she's got to get through Julia Hart, and that will be no easy task, by the way. No easy task. Of course, Julia might appear as a manager, but she's just heard someone in the crowd go, "It'll be over soon, don't worry." Julia, Mariah May. So we have Julia, who's, for me, a very up-and-coming wrestler, against Mariah May, who's experienced at such a young age the world title division. Nice back body drop there from Julia. Of course, no bearings on this match. There isn't always a bearing on matches in this universe mode. But matches like this are the most important because it's where you get put on the spotlight. If Julia Hart comes and has an absolute barn burner and squashes Mariah May, questions get asked like, what does she need to do extra to earn a title shot? And fisherman suplex here from Julia Hart, beautiful. She started off really well, and of course Mariah May was in that gauntlet match where by Mina Sharakawa ran through the entire roster. Nice roll up pin here from Mina. She's had other opportunities as well, just seems to fall short at the hurdle, a bit like Toni Storm. Both of them women just struggling to get to grips, but Toni Storm in the Casino Gauntlet match was so impressive, so I'm expecting a big beautiful move from Julia Hart and going for the pinfall. I'm expecting a big performance here tonight from Mariah May, because she needs to put herself on the map, because Toni Storm shocked the world when she eliminated Deonna Purrazzo and Willow Nightingale, only to lose to Thunder Rosa by just complacency and not being aware of what's around her in the ring. And now Mariah May is starting to take charge a bit, but Julia Hart has been so impressive in this opening encounter. I don't really want to download any more women either. I want Anna Jay and Jamie Hayter, but I'm really worried because the last few I've downloaded aren't downloading properly. Couldn't get a Daniel Garcia for Universe Mode. Not one of the I've downloaded 6 different Daniel Garcias, not one of them worked. And Mariah May, knees to the gut of Julia Hart. Can she get out of this, though? Because it's a bit of an onslaught from a British woman at the moment. And Mariah May will be wanting gold. She won't want to be hanging around in showcase matches. Beautiful knees there. We've seen that used by Thunder Rosa. We've seen that used by other women. She's going for a pinfall on Julia Hart here. Not even a 1 count. Not even a 1 count. Julia Hart jumps up. Clothesline. Very impressed with the House of Black's Julia Hart. Of course, don't be mistaken, she's not just a manager, she's a very talented in-ring competitor. 1 count there from Mariah May. Very capable of becoming a champion, I just want to say that. She's got a lot of potential. And she's one that I wanted to add to the Universe Mode because she's just so good and she's connected to other people that we're using. She's a perfect one. I didn't choose to get Jamie Hayter or Anna Jay because they're just kind of like, for me, Jamie Hayter's got huge potential, but she's been underutilised. But I just want the main women, for me, like main eventers. And Julia Hart, for me, I really like. Mariah May going to the outside now. It's a big match for Mariah May, and it kind of does feel like a must not lose. I feel like if she loses this match to Julia Hart, she's a bit like Ospreay, has to go back to the drawing board, start again, see where that's going to take her. What the hell was that noise? I heard someone in the crowd say something. German suplex, very impressive from Mariah May. Leaves Julia Hart folded up like a pretzel. But I cannot take away how impressive Julia Hart's been in this match, no matter what the result. Oh, she's got her in a submission here. This is that crossface. We've seen her do it before. And a lot of women submit, but not Julia Hart. She gets out of it, and she's smart to get out of it that quick. Because that is, they're going to trade blows now. What a match this has been, ladies and gentlemen, for the women's division. What an advertisement for the AEW women's division. I do still believe the WWE women's division is a lot stronger. Don't get me wrong, and when we have the competing universe mode, we'll see that, I think. But take nothing away from these women. Both putting it all on the line. And we'll be wanting to represent AEW in that 2K25 universe mode. So it's just a starting block. Let's try and get 50 to 100 episodes down. Let's see a lot of the women before 2K25 releases. And these women are spent, and they couldn't break them up in that trading blows. The learning tree beating Hook and the Acclaimed earlier. It's a bit gutting for Hook because it kind of puts him on a downward trajectory, and the Acclaimed are obviously on a losing streak. after being the first World Tag Team Champions. But everybody's got to find a way back, and that's what Mariah May needs to do here tonight. Beating Julia Hart would be a start. She needs to get in either that TBS or that world title picture, but I mean, I wouldn't. Mina Sharakawa, she's probably a beautiful move again from Julia Hart. Could do it that if she can just hook the leg and get the pinfall. Mariah May for me is the one who could dethrone Mina Sharakawa because of the past, and the emotions will get involved. I feel like Mina, what the hell is this from Julia? Oh my god, that's a horrendous submission. She's going to tap. She's got to tap. There's no way out. She's miles away from the ropes. She lets go of it. Julia Hart let go of that submission. She must have something else in mind. But she had it locked in pretty well. Goes for the belly to belly. Reversed. Mariah May is going to come back. Yeah, so for me, Mariah May, no matter what the result here, what is she going for here? Oh my god, it's a Samoan driver into pinfall. That could do it. 1, 2... Julia Hart's so impressive, man. This is what I mean about having these matches that don't really have a direct route. It shows you like competitors and brilliant matches that deserve a swing blade from Mariah May. And she's lining up now. Has Julia got one reversal left? Maybe not, because she's going to hit that Samoan driver again. And that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. But what an effort from Julia Hart. That is going to do it, I'm very certain. 1, 2, 3... And she bangs the canvas, and I have no more words. Because Julia Hart shocked me. And I will be noting that on my spreadsheet. What a performance. And it's not over yet. She could still win this match. And if she's got a comeback as well. No, Mariah May is just a bit quicker. And throws her to the outside, and it's not necessarily a bad thing for Julia Hart to be on the outside. She has time to recover. But she's been so impressive. But Mariah May has also been very good. Let's not take away from that how good of a competitor Julia Hart is. So Mariah May hasn't just been like competing with a jobber. Like, she's a brilliant wrestler, is Julia Hart. Every woman on this AEW roster, in my opinion, are not far in terms of ability levels and potential. Now, oh, she's shaking that ass, is Mariah May. But it's been a brilliant match, brilliant women's showcase match. Sometimes the matches have no direct route, like I said, they're the best matches in the universe mode. They need to get back in the ring, and I think she's going to go to win. If she wins via countout, that really shows that she doesn't think she can beat her. And she's gonna. And she's pointed to her head as well as if smart. No way has Mariah May won it like this. That is so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. But it's the way the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid. I have to note that on the spreadsheet was incredible. But Mariah May victorious, and a win's a win, I guess. And that's what she needed. Not the way I would like to see her win. I think she should try and win that via pinfall or submission and really like assert a dominance, but just couldn't get it done. So she wins via countout. It is what it is. We got number one contender action for you next, ladies and gentlemen. Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, two faces of AEW. I mean faces in heel face. You get what I mean. International Championship contendership on the line, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think there'll be a lot of animosity in this match, and I think it'll just be a pure wrestling spectacle. Of course, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy versus Darby Allin. Darby Allin will be coming out first, I believe. But Orange Cassidy beating Lashley. Oh no, it's Orange Cassidy beating Lashley on week 1 of Dynamite. It's an exceptional feat, and it's actually earned him the respect of myself to put him in this position, competing against Darby Allin, who was always going to debut in some big capacity. But international title, we know he's held the international title before, so he has experience of being a champion. But Darby Allin, his opponent, will do anything to win this opportunity. The Jay White, the current international champion, the former Ring of Honor television champion, will be watching this very closely because he will be facing the winner of this match. But the problem is Darby Allin will do anything, and I mean anything, to win a match. So it's how much does one person want it? Well, Orange Cassidy always finds a way to win. Did Darby Allin just spit in the ring? Did I just see that? So underweight, look at Darby Allin coming out the ring, coming out of the starting, absolutely sprinting at Orange Cassidy, and this is a difficult one to call. You know, I'm not an unbiased commentator. Like, I'll give a verdict. I think Orange Cassidy could potentially win this match. But I think Darby Allin will take him to the end of the world before he gets pinned. We saw Julia Hart. What an effort from her, by the way. She's just a manager of House of Black. She showed that she isn't just a manager tonight. Competing with one of the best women in the entire AEW. Should have, arguably, the way she lost wasn't the way that it wants to go, but it's good for the Universe mode because it sets up a perfect story. Darby Allin shot to Orange Cassidy. Jay White, of course, in Ring of Honor, let's just remember, he was incredible when he won the television championship in that Fatal 4-Way match, and then he defended it successfully. Let's not forget that. Jay White has been super impressive. Again, another dominant champion in this Universe mode. One of these men are going to struggle to dethrone, but I mean, Orange Cassidy for me just has that, he has a winning like kind of mentality. He seems to win a lot, and Darby Allin nearly gets a 3 count there. This is a bit, I would say for Orange Cassidy, this is the worst possible matchup, because I feel like Orange Cassidy always finds a way to win, but tonight he's facing somebody who will not accept defeat, and if he is going to get defeated, he's going to do it at any cost. But of course, disqualifications are in action, so we're not going to see any crazy Darby stuff, but we will see this kind of stuff where he dives to the outside of the ring and stuff. That is part of his game. Throws him back in the ring, does Cassidy. I don't know who I'd like to see face Jay White more, but on Collision next week, one of these men will be facing him. And I think it'll be a good match, whoever it is, and this is what I mean about Darby Allin. He'll use his body as literally a weapon, and that's what he does. DDT, oh my god, it's a DDT as well. I thought it were going to be like just a suicide dive or a somersault. This is awesome. The contrasting styles of these two competitors, and the fact they're both babyface, makes it quite interesting. It's going to be a really sportsman-like competition. A main event for AEW Tag Team Titles on the line yet again. There will be a bit of a break for the Tag Team Champions following this match, by the way. You know, we're going to see like some other tag teams have a bit of spotlight, maybe a bit more private party, maybe compete a bit more, and Bullet Club Gold. I'd like to see the Ass Boys come back and have a couple of matches. Tag team titles actually been on the line more than any other title in this Universe mode, so it's super important that we kind of focus on other stuff as well. And Orange Cassidy here getting a bit more, went for the Superman punch, but Darby Allin telegraphed it. Now Darby's gonna go for something. Suplex. Are we gonna see the coffin drop as well? Beautiful move that from Darby Allin. And of course goes by just Darby. And, I think we're going to see the coffin drop. Coffin drop hits. And that could do it. Is he going to get the pinfall? We saw how resilient Orange Cassidy were against Lashley. And that's why I didn't think he had him there. Because Lashley hit him with everything and couldn't put him away. And both of these men are the same. You can hit them with lightning and they'll still kick out. That's what makes this match so intense. This is a pay-per-view match. Just on a random card. Nice Irish whip from Cassidy. I'm going to see him hit the Superman punch. And it's very similar styles of wrestling in terms of fast, pacey, throw yourself at it. Now Darby Allin's got a bit of an upper hand. We just seen him hit a coffin drop. I'd love to see either of the... I cannot decide. Like, genuinely, I am quite neutral in this match about who I want to win for our Universe mode. I'm quite neutral who I want to see win. I don't really care who Jay White. What a beautiful move that is from Darby. Surely that's enough. Surely that's got Cassidy. 1, 2, 3, and Darby Allin wins. I'm quite happy with that. Good effort from both men. That's going to make for a right match next week on Collision. Jay White versus Darby Allin. I tell you what, Darby Allin was pretty good in that match. Just want to say that. He was quite good. We did see some glimpses of what we saw against Lashley from Orange Cassidy, but just won up by the better man. I think this is a match that if it happened 10 times, they'd both win 5. On the night, it's Darby Allin. He will go next week on Collision and face Jay White for that International Championship. It certainly won't be the last we've seen of Orange Cassidy in the title picture or having an opportunity. But next up, we have them all important tag team titles on the line for the last time in a while. I think for a couple of weeks at least. Who's going to walk out and who's going to have gold around their waist? And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Main event of Collision. Oh, it's a big one because FTR could be the shortest reigning tag team champions because they've literally gone from Dynamite where they won it straight into Collision, where yeah, it could be a bit tricky. They did win it on Dynamite, didn't they? No, they didn't. They won it last week on... when did they win it? Oh, they won it on week 1. No, they've had a bit of a break. My knowledge is terrible. I have a whole spreadsheet, and I should have read that before. But they're having to defend against Hurt Syndicate. And interesting fact, MVP's basically shoved these two guys out and said, go win, bring them titles yourself. He's not going to be at ringside, so it's going to be a fair 2v2. And in my opinion, the greatest tag team in professional wrestling at the moment is FTR. The representing rated FTR here, as you can see, we've seen Cope in a interesting match against Ricochet. Had his hands on the rope, and Ricochet qualified for that AEW World Title Casino Gauntlet. That was very controversial, and I can't imagine that's the end we've heard about that. But tag team titles on the line here. FTR Hurt Syndicate. Basically, the winner of this doesn't only earn the tag team titles, they earn a little bit of a break to give chance to other tag teams to compete. It's a big match because FTR really... I told you earlier, it might have been on the last episode, that the AEW World Tag Team and the Ring of Honor Tag Team and the New Japan Tag Team titles have never successfully been defended. So we're looking for a first, and I really, really want FTR to defend it just for that. Because if it keeps transferring, then it's going to be... it's just going to be transitional. I think we will settle down with the tag team. I'm hoping FTR can return here against Hurt Syndicate, but I'm not really annoyed if Hurt Syndicate win the tag team titles, if that makes sense. So tag team titles on the line. Benjamin and Cash Wheeler starting in the ring. The FTR really fighting for a break. Nice quick move. We saw them in tag team action against Konosuke Takeshita and Brian Cage, and they really took a beating in that match, I'll be honest. Brian Cage was so dominant, but they still found a way to win, and that's what good tag teams do. Benjamin going for an early pin on Cash Wheeler. Of course, FTR have been fairly active since AEW started, but so have Benjamin, but Lashley's been on 3 episodes of AEW already. He's definitely due a break. If anybody is. Beautiful move here from Cash Wheeler. They need to retain. For me, they need to retain. Beautiful knee drop. Of course, a win and a loss for Lashley is lost to freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. I think that will bother him, to be honest. I think that will be bothering him, that loss. I think it will be bothering him a lot. And I think the win last week and the opportunity to face the tag team champions is kind of a little bit of redemption, but it will mean nothing if they can't win here tonight. Benjamin and the tag team is already starting to work their magic. Beautiful double team move here on Cash Wheeler. And we saw that the patience of FTR last on their match with the Don Callis family actually paid off. Will it pay off against a team as explosive as the Hurt Syndicate? I mean, I can't imagine it. I can't believe that MVP sent them out on their own, because he usually wants to be the centre of attention, but he's giving them an opportunity to prove themselves. And that's fair, because Lashley and Benjamin by no means are noobs in this business. And I do apologise, I just have to close my window real quick. Damn it. So we've done that. We're back to commentating. And Lashley holding Wheeler up. Oh, beautiful suplex there. And this is exactly the same script as what happened. He needs to get the tag to Dax Harwood. He's got it, and he needed that. And that was the problem with the first tag team match they had. Look how hurt Cash Wheeler is. He left Dax Harwood out of the match for the first 10 minutes and just took a beating whilst Takeshita and Cage were just alternating who was in the ring. Eventually it did work, and look at the teamwork of Lashley and Benjamin keeping each other fresh. This is smart. But Harwood on a bit of a comeback here, clothesline. Irish whip to Lashley. And this is such an important match for FTR. They really need to win this, because I am not having a transitional champion. Full Nelson slam into the pinfall. One count. It's something though, and it's a good start it's a better, more regimented start from FTR. I know that Cash Wheeler still took quite a lot of damage like he did in the first kick out one. Lashley's not a competitor who you're going to put away with one move or two moves, and he has Dax Harwood pushed above his head and dropped on his stomach. And I really, really hope, and I'm going to keep saying it, I hope that FTR retain for the integrity of the tag titles. But these are such difficult. That's the problem. The tag team division, they're so competitive, belly to belly. I think the Hurt Syndicate are the worst possible team they could have faced. I'm sure they much prefer to face Private Party. But although they offer something different, every team offers something in AEW, so it's difficult to call. If you face the Don Callis family, they offer dirty tactics. Private Party more high flying, more quick style. Benjamin and Lashley kind of hybrid. You have power and just technical brilliance from Benjamin. And you've got the Acclaimed, who are very technical wrestlers. There's so many tag teams in this universe mode, so there will be a lot of title matches, but of course FTR, we need that feat. We need someone to defend the tag titles. I feel like FTR will be that guy. Lashley's got the eyes and he's pissed. The smart option there would have been to tag Benjamin in as he's fresher, but Lashley fancying his chances. Nice snap suplex there as soon as Dax Howard comes in the ring. Picks him up. Is he going to go for that pump and slam? That could do it. That could do it for Lashley. Picks him up by his neck and launches him into the corner with his tag team partner. And Lashley's still moving pretty lightly on his feet. And you wouldn't believe this man lost to Orange Cassidy on week 1 if you watched him last week in that number 1 contenders match, and you're watching him now. You wouldn't think that this guy's lost to a guy who we'd just seen get beat by Darby Allin. Not convincingly, but he did lose fair and square. So it's swings and roundabouts in this universe mode. People will win, people will beat each other. Anyone can beat anyone, really. I've seen Ospreay with the most terrible start to a universe mode I've ever seen. And that guy's a 90 plus overall, by the way. And he's losing to everybody. He's going to have... His redemption arc's going to be... it's going to be millennial. It's going to be gargantuan. It's going to be the talk of the whole universe mode. His losing streak converted into world champion and dominant world champion. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. I believe in Ospreay. And Cash Wheeler, back body dropped to Shelton on the outside of the ring apron. That'll mean Lashley will go for Dax Howard. And they've got a 2-on-1 advantage here. If they can take advantage of this, which I'm sure they will. No, Lashley's just too powerful. How did Orange Cassidy beat this guy? I mean, Orange Cassidy always finds a way to win, just didn't tonight, but I'd like to see them run that back at some point in the universe mode, because I think Lashley can beat him. I think for me it's like one of them situations where it was just Cassidy's night, but 9 times out of 10 it's Lashley's night, and I don't think he's happy about that, and that's why he's got... Oh, and I think Wheeler were going to go for something there, but Benjamin reversed, and Benjamin's reversed into a beautiful gut buster there. Going to tag him Lashley. I've been very impressed with Bobby Lashley in this match, by the way. He's hurt, but he's not. Oh, he's going for the spear. This could be it. No, he isn't going for the spear. Why did he stop the spear? Oh, and Dax Howard. That's smart. That's smart. But Lashley reverses again. He's like a monster. How do you put the monster down? Only Orange Cassidy knows how. Scoop slam. And he's going to go... No, he's not going to go high risk, but he might have him beat here, actually. 1, 2. The titles may still be retained. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm the down. God damn it. The Hurt Syndicate looking to become the 4th tag team champions we have here on Universe Mode. That's insane. I've only had about 20 episodes and there's been 4 tag team champions. Nobody's defended the tag team titles, by the way. Not one person. I think the only people who defended the tag team titles successfully were Rhino and RVD in TNA. I think that were the only team that ever defended a title. But that wasn't like a traditional tag team match. They just stopped the contenders from getting the match. It's a curse, and I quite like having curses in Universe Mode that need to be broken. I'd like FTR to win, but it's just such a difficult matchup. Like I say, no disrespect to Private Party or the Acclaimed or anyone like that, but I just feel like if they'd had an opponent like that, I think they would have won. I'd have been more confident, but Lashley's been like a man possessed in this match, and he's using... Him and Benjamin are interchanging so smartly. Headlock here on Cash Wheeler. He needs to get Dax Howard in again. It's the same story as the last one. He's taking too much damage and he's going to tag in Benjamin. Bit of a respite, or is it really? It's not really a respite, is it? Because Benjamin's fresh. I wonder if he still does the T-bone suplex. Oh, knee to the face. Oh, he's coming to the Hurt Syndicate. Oh, he is doing the T-bone. He hits it as well. He needs to get in, does Dax Howard, and he is in, and he breaks up the pin. Because that was it. Because Cash Wheeler's took so much punishment. He's going to tag in Lashley, I think. Maybe Lashley's going to spear him now. Oh, he's in rage. He's going to the corner. This is it. He's changing hands again. It's changing hands again because Lashley's stalking Cash Wheeler. He hits it. And that's going to be it. I don't think Howard can come in. I think he's been timed out. Oh my God. The Hurt Syndicate have just won the tag team titles. Nobody has defended it. Looking at it quite optimistically, I do think these will be the guys to defend them tag team titles. So I think these are going to be very difficult to beat because they're quite a dynamic team. Because there's a lot of balance there. Bobby Lashley offers the power, explosiveness. Shelton Benjamin offers the ring IQ and the technical aspect. But we have new tag team champions, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to say to you. It's just the way it goes. So as always, I'm going to tell you what's happening on Dynamite next week. We have Tony Storm versus Chris Statlander to open us up. Mina Sharikawa will be ringside for that match, but she's not competing. She's off on vacation after that episode of Dynamite. She gets a little break. We're going to see a whole host of women's matches, and we're going to cherry pick together who we think Mina's next competitor should be in the near future. We have had freshly announced that the FTR will potentially get an opportunity for another shot at winning their titles back. They face the Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli in their debut on... Well, Castagnoli's already debuted in Cope Open, but the Death Riders FTR, that will be the number one contenders match. They're not going to compete against the Hurt Syndicate straight away. They're going to have a bit of a break. They're going to go away for a little bit, have a break, maybe have some singles matches. We'll see. But the winner of that will be number one in line for when they do decide, when we do defend it. We have Konosuke Takeshita versus Jon Moxley in singles competition. That's going to be massive. And of course, we have the Casino Gauntlet. You're not going to want to miss it. The winner of that will face Kenny Omega in 2 weeks on Dynamite. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. If you did enjoy this episode of Collision, leave comments down, any feedback, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.